What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So it has been a few weeks since I updated the skydiving series where I'm trying to get my skydiving license before I turn 25 on September 28th. And that's because it has been a few weeks since I've actually gone skydiving. So the last time I posted about skydiving, I did my first of 18 dive flows, and that was just the last time I've gone. It's currently September 8th, and I've made peace with the fact that I'm not going to have my license by my 25th birthday, but I am here at Skydive Spaceland right now to do a few dive flows. Now, I was told in order to not have to repeat the ground school, I have to jump once a month, and the last time I jumped was August 4th, and so I did call earlier this week to clarify if that one jump per month minimum means that I have to jump within 30 days of my last jump, or I have to have a minimum of one jump in August, minimum of one jump in September, so on and so forth. They said that I can come in today, and it didn't sound like I'd have to redo the ground school, but I will have to redo dive flow 1 before I can do dive flow 2 and 3, which is what I'm hoping to get done today. And as you can see from the title, I'm gonna go see Childish Gambino tonight, and so I'm hoping to have all of the ground refreshers and the 3 dive flows done by 4, maybe 5 o'clock the latest, so I can get home, eat, relax, change, make it to the concert on time. So yeah, let's head inside. Hello. Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm a STP, and I was wondering if there are any instructors for maybe like dive flow, I think like 1 through 3.
Sure, we can get you up there.
Nice.
Last time I saw you, you were doing your STP, or your tandem, weren't you?
I did a tandem, and then I did dive flow 1, but that was on August 4th.
Oh, okay, I remember.
Yeah. Then the following week was super windy, and I couldn't come in the other.
I hate it.
And then like the past 2 weeks have been insane with all the clouds and the rain and stuff. So yeah, but today kind of feels like a reward.
Today is an absolutely beautiful day to jump.
Nice.
Can I get you to hop on the scale for
Yeah.
me, please?
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay,
How can I help
gotcha.
you?
About like 234-ish,
You're
233.
232, actually.
Oh, that's nice.
Hell yeah.
I know I'm that 240 line. I was like, oh wait.
I think you have the right build to be that way.
Nah, true. Yeah. Thank you.
The instructors will always be more appreciative of that. It means you know how to control your weight a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And aside, like, I'm also just like in general planning, like cutting back a little bit. So over the next few months, it'll ideally be going down just for personal stuff.
I think you're doing good so far.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're good to go. Go converse with your friends.
The people, most definitely. Thank you very much.
And have fun.
Most definitely.
No point of spending all this money if you don't.
I'm saying. It really is a beautiful day to jump. I honestly don't think it can get any better than this, at least looking from the ground. Yeah, looks incredible. So a mandatory exercise that has to be done before I go jumping is something called malfunction junction. It's here where an instructor will point at a malfunction that can happen to the parachute, and at these harnesses, you have to act as if this is what you see above you when you pull your parachute. So based on the situation, you may try to ride the parachute down, or you will have to cut the main and deploy the reserve. You have to know how to react in which situations, obviously at a very fast pace, because if your parachute malfunctions, you don't have a whole lot of time to take corrective action. Also some pull and landing priorities, just stuff to keep in mind to keep you safe. So right now it's looking like the winds are too high for me to jump. So Charlie, for the winds, if the highs go below 16, I'm good. Got it.
You see that the last one, 5 minutes 17.
Yeah.
Then they turn to 16, and they
Stay there for like all that time. For sure. Yeah, it makes sense. The week after I did dive flow 1, the winds were super high, so I came and I wasn't able to do my dive flow 2 and 3. Then the following few weeks I wasn't able to come, and then like the past 2 weeks were super cloudy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just now making it back out. So I'm hoping that the wind slowed down, but if not, I completely understand. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is pretty much what we're looking at when we're talking about the wind speeds. So as you see here, the highs as of 5 minutes ago was 18. In order for it to be a safe condition for me to jump, it would need to be below 16. And it would need to stay below 16 for some time. Now, I'm not 100% sure how long I'm going to wait to make sure that the wind conditions are all good, because I have things to do. And while I am hoping that I can jump, this is obviously not something I'm going to push or fight for if the conditions are not ideal. So it is a little after 2:30 and the winds are still too high for me to jump. So 10 and 20 minutes ago, they were about 20 miles an hour, and even up to 5 minutes ago, 19 miles an hour. So for me today, jumping was not in the cards. I'm gonna have them scratch my name from the list, and I'll be back next week. Hey, could you please scratch my name from the thing for today? The winds have been pretty high.
Yeah, I just saw someone getting dragged by their canopy.
Oh yeah, that's no good.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna want to jump in that anyways.
For sure, for sure.
That's a crazy little wind gust right there. So yeah, I'll let her know. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, got it. Thank you. See you next week. Thank you. You too. All right, so it's about 6:45 and I am downtown. I left the skydiving spot at about 2:45, got home at about 3:15. Ate and took a nap because I was up at some crazy hours finalizing the video that I posted last week with Matai, Justin, and Nathaniel. So if you haven't watched that yet, please do, because I spent a lot of time on it and I really like it. I wanted to do like a whole aesthetic, getting ready with me, B-roll with some music in the background, but as I said, I just crashed after coming back from the skydiving place. And I always tell people that if you don't give your body sleep, your body will take sleep, and that is exactly what happened to me. I didn't even mean to fall asleep, but luckily I woke up with enough time to get here. The concert begins at 8, doors open at 7, but honestly there aren't as many people here as I thought there would be, because the only other time I've been to like a major concert here in Houston was the Beyonce concert, and that was definitely one that you wanted to be there early for. And my question as to why there aren't as many people here as I would expect there to be, you know, with the doors opening in 10 minutes, is this. Childish Gambino New World Tour postponed. I didn't get notification through the Houston Rockets app, so I thought everything was fine. Then I just checked my email and saw one that came in at about 3:11 to say that the show tonight has been postponed. So I'm not gonna lie, today's been a pretty big disappointment. I mean, the winds were too heavy for me to go skydiving today. The Childish Gambino show was postponed this evening. Like, what is happening? But honestly, this frees up some time in my evening to now go to the gym, because I missed today's workout because I was just so tired. So yeah, about to go knock out chest, back, and shoulders. And of course, now that I'm walking back to my car, I see the signs on the gates. And you know what? I should have known something was up when I was just able to find parking without any hassle. There wasn't a bunch of traffic and congestion around the Toyota Center. Like, things are working out too conveniently for there to still be a concert. And, you know, lesson learned. It just especially sucks because the little bit of time that I spent parked cost me $15. But if I did learn one thing about going to concerts, it's that honestly just about any dollar amount is worth paying to have the convenience of having your car and being able to leave when you want at the end of a concert. How did I come to that conclusion? What happened to me and Patricia at the Beyonce concert. Long story short, in an effort to save $40 and the hassle of parking at NRG Stadium, we decided to Uber to the stadium. Only problem is, when the concert was done, there were no rideshare options between Uber, Lyft, or like anything else. So we spent about 2 hours trying to get Ubers, Lyfts, and being told that there were none available. Eventually, we just bit the bullet and decided that we're gonna have to find a motel near the stadium, because I refused to call any of my friends who live here in Houston because I thought they all had work in the morning. So we saw those carts attached to a bicycle that somebody would pull people through the city on, and decided, you know, today's been rough enough already, let's hop on one of these so we don't have to walk them to the motel. The ride to the motel was about 5 minutes and cost $40. Now, if you're keeping track, parking was $40 and I still had to pay for the Uber, so I'm roughly $25 in the hole versus if we just drove and parked. So while we're sitting outside of the motel getting rejections to all rideshare requests, a guy comes up to the motel, asks if we need an Uber. I see that he has the driver's administrative side of the Uber app up, and so I believe he is an Uber driver. He shows us what the Uber rate is, and it's about $80 from the location that we are. So now I have paid about $20, $25 for the Uber to get to NRG, paid $40 for the little bike thing to get to the motel. Now I'm about to pay $80 to get home, all because I did not want to spend $40 on parking. So I give him the cash and we head on our way, and you would think that's where the story ends. However, we were approaching an intersection with emergency vehicles all over. We had a green light, and despite the emergency vehicles trying to go through their red light, as they have the right to do, this man went through the green light and cut off an emergency vehicle trying to pass the intersection. Less than 3 minutes later, a police officer is behind us pulling us over. This man proceeds to pull over to the left and would not stop talking, trying to justify why he went through the green light because he saw the light was green and he didn't know he had to stop and blah, 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 blah. Luckily, the police officer didn't give him a ticket or anything, but it was such a struggle for the police officer to be able to get to the point to say that he's not going to give the driver a ticket because the driver would just not stop talking. So we got back to my apartment at about 3:30 a.m. and that's when I decided that regardless of what parking looks like, regardless of what parking prices look like, I will do my best to give myself the option to drive because I never want to be in that type of situation again. Well, I'm pulling up to my apartment right now. I'm about to change, head to the gym, and then, just chill out for the rest of the evening. Today is definitely one of those discipline over motivation days because I'm tired and I really do not want to be here, but quickly wrapping up the workout, feeling good about the weight and rep ranges in this session, and overall feeling happier that I came than I would if I ended up staying at home. And you know what it is? It's probably because my sleep schedule over the past 24 hours has been crazy. So last night into this morning, I edited the video with Justin, Nathaniel, and Matai, which caused me to go to sleep a lot later than I wanted to. In turn, I ended up at the skydiving place closer to 1 p.m. than 8 a.m. when I wanted to arrive. Then, of course, there was the disappointment of not being able to jump, but I was like, okay, it's okay if I can't jump. At least I'm gonna go see Childish Gambino this evening. And we saw how that went. So I was looking at my schedule, I was kind of mentally prepared to not go to the gym today and make any adjustments to my split as needed to still hit all of my muscle groups. So then when my schedule opened up and I actually could come to the gym, there was no motivation there at all. But I showed up and that's what matters, so let's get it. You know, ironically, even though I'm really big on telling people that heavy weight is subjective, form over weight, all that type of stuff, there are times where there are movements that I am apprehensive to do because I don't feel like they're heavy enough. Case in point, seated dumbbell overhead presses. I've never really liked them, don't like training shoulders, so I don't do them often. So for me, heavy is 60, 65, 70 pounds. Then with my supraspinatus bothering me, honestly 50, 55, and 60 is where I'm feeling comfortable and safe. But at the same time, I feel like 80, 85, that's where like the real weight starts for dumbbell overhead presses. I know it's a personal thing, and 50 pounds is nothing to laugh at, but I don't know, I just wish it was heavier. been enjoying these single arm lat pull downs. And I really like the arm path because I'm pulling straight down, which allows me to focus on bringing my elbow to my hips to really bias those lower lats a lot easier than I would for other types of back movements. Alright, so I just made it home, and honestly I'm thinking about calling the video. I'm not going to be doing much else tonight, so thank you for tagging along on this overall rather disappointing day in the life. I think that's what the title of the video is going to be. Overall, today wasn't like a bad day, right? Like I wouldn't consider this a bad day, but definitely a disappointing day. But you know, nonetheless, these types of days happen, so you know, nothing that didn't happen today can't happen later. Like for example, I can go skydiving next week. The concert was postponed, so I'll get a new date. So it just is what it is, just one of those things. But anyways, thank you for sticking around until the end of another video. Please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and please hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on a single video. See you in the next one.